Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Ash.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to another slightly different video today. We thought it would be interesting to hear your guys' thoughts, or if you've actually attended any of the ones that are on our motorsport bucket list. Now this isn't the full list because I'm pretty sure every track on the F1 calendar would probably be on our bucket list to kind of do a full season.
And there's a lot more outside of Formula 1 that would be quite interesting to go
exactly,
to as well.
And there'd be just, there's loads. So what we've done is we put into kind of like a top 10 ones. Is we like lists of 10 on this channel, don't we?
So what we'll do is we'll do a top 10 and then we'll give a reason why we would like to put those onto our bucket list. And then what we'll do at the end is we'll just throw a few honourable mentions out there where we'll literally just tell you the name of them and, see how things go.
Exactly. So we will start off with Silverstone. Yeah. I've already ticked this one off on the bucket list, but
I haven't, and we're hoping.
Oh, we will. We are.
We will. Yeah. Race day without foul. This year, I'll be ticking it off as well.
So it is.
It's our home Grand Prix.
Exactly, and being British fans, it is one of the best attended. Great event that it's run. I loved it back in 2018, and it will be absolutely superb for both of us to go and experience it together as part of F1 Fanatics.
Exactly. Coming up after that would be, I'm going to put Spa second on that list. I just like the track. I think it would be one that would actually be quite interesting to go to just because the different viewing areas that they have around the circuit, you'll always be able to get a different perspective of it. And let's be honest, Radion and Eau Rouge probably up there with being the best corner combination. Probably second to Magnus Beckett.
Well, the corner combination at the speed, it's definitely the best high speed one, and it's just incredible. And the people who've been, just speak how highly of how awesome it is watching cars fly up there. Third one for me, Monza, and it would be a Monza because Ferrari, the home of the Tifosi, and just in terms of what you hear about people say it and who've experienced it, the atmosphere is just absolutely incredible. Even if you're not a Ferrari fan, I think Monza, the Temple of Speed, I think it's renowned, incredibly quick lap, so you see the cars very regularly on that front, and it is just, to be part of the kind of Tifosi and the kind of celebrations, the atmosphere of a Monza race would be incredible to experience.
Number 4, the jewel in the F1 crown, Monaco. Yes, it is probably the least suited track on the calendar at the moment to F1 cars. But the history of the race and just the event itself, admittedly we probably wouldn't spend a lot of money being there because we'd avoid it, but still, it'd be great to attend, and you don't really hear bad things about going to the Monaco Grand Prix, so it'll be up there.
It would certainly be an experience. And another one with culture and history within F1 is the Brazilian Grand Prix. Obviously the home of Ayrton Senna, very popular there. They haven't had a Brazilian driver for a while. I think it may have been Nelson Piquet Jr. was the last Brazilian. No, Felipe Massa. What am I saying? Because he retired twice. That was it that confused me. Of course, he went far longer in that with his Ferrari and Williams stints. But yes, it's a kind of classic track on the circuit. It would be fantastic to kind of go and attend that race, and it generally lends itself to pretty good racing.
Number 6, we'll go for Abu Dhabi. Now, is the racing the best? Probably not, but it is the season finale and also a night race, so it would be quite interesting to actually see that. I think it would be a nice one to attend, finishing off the season well, and let's be honest, if we were to do a season review at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, it'd be a good video for you as well.
It'd be very good. And to add on to that point with Abu Dhabi, I've never heard a bad word from anyone who's attended the race. The main criticism comes from people who watch it, but actually being there in the atmosphere of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, I've only ever heard good things. So, to be part of that, it's got a pretty good track record on that front. Now we kind of drift off into our scale in terms of motorsports outside of F1, and the first one for me is going to be Indy 500. Now, we had Race Fan Heaven on the F1 Worldwide podcast there, and obviously they combine their love of F1 and IndyCar, so make sure you check out that episode. But Indy 500 is one of those classic races, one piece of the Triple Crown. We've already spoken about Monaco on that front, but yes, it is a fantastic racing experience, and one that I feel like motorsport kind of fans always want to tick off.
Very much the same, Daytona 500. It's one of those where you just feel like it's a race to go to, and it may be ovals, but who cares? It's still motorsport.
You're going to see a lot of action on the ovals.
Exactly. A lot of overtaking throughout. When there's a crash, it's a spectacular one.
And obviously, you know, we have just had this year's Daytona 500, and obviously we are very grateful that Newman is okay, because that crash was horrific. And although motorsport can never be safe, it shows the boundaries, how they've pushed it forward.
How much the safety has improved.
It does indeed.
So it's one of those where it'll be a good race to attend.
Well, it certainly would be. And then the classic, and maybe, you know, in earlier stages of motorsport history, bigger than any F1 race may have been, and that is of course Le Mans. It was the one that all the manufacturers wanted to win. It was because it would then, in their hopes, transcribe to better sales outside of the racetrack in either GT series or the prototype series that they've done over the year. With its exciting, the 2022 hypercars coming in and being introduced, hopefully it is a new chapter and a rejuvenation of the Le Mans race, and it just feels like, you know, the 24-hour race, it's something every motorsport fan has got to do.
And then number 10 on the list is one that's, let's be honest, all of them have been 4 wheels. We've changed it up for this one, and we are going 2 wheels, and that is the Isle of Man TT. Now, for those that don't know, go on YouTube and literally type it in. It is insane the speeds that the riders actually go through on the course itself. You can have a look at some of them where they're going anywhere between 100, 120 mile an hour on roads where really it's a 30 mile an hour speed limit. The elevation changes, the ins and outs of tight chicanes. It's, yeah, the only word to describe it is insane, but I think it would be fun to attend, and just the atmosphere around at the time.
It certainly would be something incredible to experience. But those are our top 10. A few of the honourable mentions would be obviously Suzuka, an absolute classic, and for me Singapore, another night race. It looks as a spectacle. It looks something to go.
For me, probably Sebring 12-hour. Another endurance race, that would be quite a good one to go to. Pretty much anything at Laguna Seca, that would be quite fun. And probably some form of World Superbike. Probably at Silverstone as well, because they do quite a bit there. But also DTM at the Nürburgring. You mention it quite a bit on the channel, DTM, because that was one that we went to last year. But things like that.
Yeah, just...
So as you can see, it's not a full list.
It's a long list, but we tried to condense it down to kind of probably the main ones, and I suppose not many surprises would be within that. But it would be very interesting, guys, in the comments below to hear your kind of motorsport bucket list, or kind of tracks or events that you really personally want to attend. And if you want to give us your reasons, we'd love to hear those as well. And if you're new around here or you haven't done so already, what can they do, Ash?
Press the subscribe button so our videos are going into your YouTube inbox and you can see what we're talking about. And if you press the bell icon, you'll get a notification and you can be one of the first onto the video that goes live.
And if you've liked it, don't forget you can also give it a thumbs up. That lets us know you enjoy what we're doing, or you can give it a thumbs down, because that also lets us know, you know, maybe that one wasn't such a good idea. But we hope you've enjoyed this idea. It was fun kind of talking and discussing these between ourselves. But for now, you F1 fans, keep racing.